Welcome to Girls on Fire.
Hey guys, it is Megan
Kristen.
and we just started off really rough. I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know what is happening this week. I was just telling Kristen that literally, I don't know. I'm like, I just it's just like all over the place, guys. Which is what we're gonna talk about today here with our big hot topic. So just get ready. We're on one today.
It's been a rough start to the year, to say the least.
Really has, but that's okay. We're gonna turn this ship around. But I'm excited to be here with Kristen, and today is Valentine's Day. Actually, it's not Valentine's Day, but when this is released, it's gonna be Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day.
And you're in your red, Megan. Oh, I wish I would have prepared. But our
I know,
hair is red. So, like, to our defense, we're always Valentine's.
100%. So, happy Valentine's Day to you and your boo and your
Love, love, love our listeners, our followers.
Valentine's Day to all. Yay. Do you like Valentine's Day?
I'm impartial. Like, it's one of those holidays that, like, the people that go like over the top, I'm like, you're the reason Valentine's Day has become so commercialized. Like, I think it's a perfect day to like celebrate with like, the people you love, have like a nice dinner, like whether that's like cooking in and just like spending time and just like reminding each other like why you're thankful and like you love them. But like the people that make it like a Christmas like 14-day event, I'm like, get over yourself. Like, you should love that person the other 364 days a year.
I know.
But I'm not like the bitter person that like deletes Instagram for a day because I can't see it. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't I feel like I've had somebody on that day. Well, last year I didn't actually. What did I even do? I don't even know what I did. I probably bought myself a bunch of stuff.
Some rosé, some chocolates, a little galentine's.
I think it's because I like holidays in general that I'm just like, ooh, like a day we could like treat ourselves, or like whatever. I've never had big expectations though for like a significant other to do anything. I have to tell you though, I think it's because of like my dad. He was the sweetest and he would send me a Valentine's Day card every Valentine's Day and he would put like a gift card in there for like a store I liked or a Visa gift card. And I was like, nobody can compare. So I'm
I
like,
know. My
why?
mom to this day does that. She literally, like, I was on the phone with her the other day. She's like, and I gotta give you your Valentine. I mean, I know what it is. It's the same thing every year. A pair of socks, a Reese's heart, and then like some sort of knickknack because she loves knickknacks. It's like a cork opener for like wine, like that you put on top of it once you open wine to keep it fresh, like little stuff like that. And I'm like, it's so sweet, but I'm like, another knickknack. I know what it is.
You got to keep it because it's from mom.
I know. I'm like, "Ugh, throw it in the junk drawer. Just kidding, mom. Love you.
Does mom watch this?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't.
I don't even know. I love my mom. I don't even know if she actually knows that we do a podcast.
I think I told her when we started it, but my mom doesn't, I don't think she even has a LinkedIn. So
Oh, okay.
and I have to like help her turn on her TV. So like she doesn't know how to get to YouTube and find us. There's no way.
You're right. So, you know what? Our moms would be lost without us. Happy Valentine's Day, mom.
Happy
Keep
Valentine's Day, moms. Shout out to
it.
the people that we love.
Yes. Well, I guess let's start. Let's keep the love and happiness going with some moments of joy.
Razzle dazzle.
Ooh, do you have one or do you need me to go first?
I have one, but you can kick it off.
Okay.
Go for
Uh,
it. Join it up.
so actually last night I was like so excited because I got into bed at 7:30. Honestly,
A
nothing
dream.
lights my like soul up like getting into bed at 7:30 at night on a weeknight. And like this is my moment of joy, by the way. I was getting in bed at 7:30. I'm showered, like I like had like my little drinky, like not like an alcoholic drink. Do you know those little poppy drinks that everybody's obsessed with?
Love those.
Okay, I had one of my little poppy soda drinks. I had my book, and like I just like was like happy, like you're like nothing can ruin this vibe right now.
Yeah, you like lay down and you're like, you just like feel the weight, just like all the bad energy leave your body in moments like that. You're like, I feel content.
Right. So I was thinking it was like, oh, we're recording GOF tomorrow, so that's my moment of joy.
And you're like, nothing brings me more joy than sitting for an hour with my favorite person in the entire world.
Exactly. Honestly, that is my moment of joy. Well, I'm like this. This starts my day off well.
So, no, I love when we do it in the morning. That one Friday morning, I was like, I'm ready to take on the world. Like that was wild. At least I know I like have to go to like really work after this. But like on a Friday, it was like, let's go.
Go Friday. All right. What's your moment of joy?
My moment of joy was the weather this past weekend. Um, as you guys probably know by now, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and we got 7.5 inches of snow one week in January. And I'm just not built for the winter. I didn't leave my house for a week. And then it went straight from snow to rain for a week. And then out of nowhere, it was 65 and sunny on both Friday and Saturday. And I was able to go on a walk. I was like, oh my gosh, this is glorious. I'm like sniffing grass and petting dogs. I'm like, freedom. I'm like, this is gorgeous. So just having that glimpse of like spring and Punxsutawney Phil, shout out early spring, thank God.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, Punxsutawney Phil.
Oh my gosh, I have to show you guys. I don't even know if I can show it right now, but like I saw the funniest TikTok about Phil last week, and I like have to. Okay, I'm gonna show you after this, and then I'm gonna put it in the link of the description of our podcast. Like I sent it to all my friends, they didn't think it was that funny, but I feel like you're gonna think it's funny. And it's just like him, and it was like, that Rihanna song, Who's Gonna Run This Town Tonight?
Like, feel it coming. It's like a hype video for Punxsutawney Phil. Yes. I love it. I love it.
Crying, laughing, thinking about it 'cause it's so funny.
Oh, I saw the funniest ones of him that was like, I'm gonna wear him as a like head wrap if he doesn't predict early spring. Like if he wants a longer winter, he can be my winter warmth. I'm like, that's so bad, but it's so
Oh my gosh, have you heard the whole thing where like, PETA, like the animal activists and stuff?
yeah.
And
Go hard.
we're not gonna talk negatively about PETA because God forbid we don't need them coming for Girls on Fire.
We're the top of their list, Megan.
We don't
Obviously.
shut this establishment down, but but I feel like they were like all upset because about Phil. I can't even say Punxsutawney. That's right?
That's right.
Punxsutawney Phil. They are like saying like this is like not this is cruel, all this stuff. Phil has the best freaking job. I heard it on a podcast. Like he comes out once a year. Everybody praises him, right? They're like, "Come on, Phil, do it."
Phil, Phil. It's a party.
That's it. All he has to do is show up and hope maybe a shadow doesn't come out, right? That means spring's coming.
Well, what's crazy is he has only been in the past like however many years 38% accurate. And we're still trusting this man. We're like, and I'm like, he better be right this year because I want an early spring. But have you seen the possum in Alabama too that does it?
No. I gotta ask Jamie about this. She might know about it.
Oh, I'll send you guys the link after this. There's also a possum. It's Sand Mountain Sam or something like that. Like it's his name is Sam and he's a possum. And he's like 70% accurate. I'm like, why are we listening to the possum over Puxatawny Phil?
Yeah.
Anyway, my moment of joy
This guy.
in the warm weather. And that's it.
No, and I feel like that's going to like go into here in a second when we talk about our hot topic of the month because everybody is like burnt out right now, and like I feel like it has to do with winter. Like I am over it. Like I feel like I was kind of depressed on Sunday for no reason because it was rainy and gloomy, and then same Monday it was the same thing, and then yesterday and today it's been sunny and bright, and I'm like, thank God, because it was
Seasonal
really
depression is real. Like it's so real. I'm like, I'm not depressed. It's just winter. But I
yeah.
like try to focus, like for once in ages, I've been home for the last like 3 weeks consecutively, which is like, if you guys know me, so rare. So like that has brought a little bit of joy. I'm like, even though the weather is horrible, at least I can like get on a routine and like kind of do what I need to do. So that's helped a little bit with my seasonal depression. But it's about to be Travel City for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So I'm like, please, early spring. Seasonal depression is so real.
I feel that. Well, we're going to get into burnout and all of that here in a second, but I have some announcements for everybody. So, first off, so if we're releasing this on the 14th, we are going to our ICE conference here in a few short days, and we are so excited. So, I don't know if at this point you could still register on the 14th beforehand, but either way, come, show up. It's free to healthcare, hospital employees, military, and students. And if you're not, you can still come. You might have to pay, but that's okay. It's worth it to come. And if you're an imaging professional, you should be there. So that's going to be February 18th through 20th. And then we'll do a whole recap probably in March on how that went. And then we have also our 40 under 40 application for TechNation magazine is out and it's happening and we have them coming in, but we need more. So if you guys want, we'll put a link to in the description here, but make sure that you guys are applying, nominating all those under 40 people. The past 2 years, it's been so successful and we love highlighting everybody and what they're doing here in the industry. So we're excited to do that again for 2024.
YPs.
RIP. Oh, and actually, I can also announce this, which I'm not even sure if I've told you this yet, Kristen. We are going to have another YP at MD networking event at MD Expo Vegas, sponsored by Adepto, Pal Bio, and Prescott's. So that's exciting. More to come on that, but it's going to be great. I think it's going to be. Did you go to our party? You were at our party in Vegas at the Coors Lake
Yeah,
Lounge.
that was like one of my favorite ones. Like it was in such a good spot. Like, and it was so much fun. And we did the jerseys. We had like a game day theme because it was,
Football. It was in October when we did it, so it was like probably like a football, like Monday Night Football or something like
yeah,
that.
something like that.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So we're going to be doing that. So more to come on the YP at MD event in Vegas. But let's get our party started with our hot topic.
Hot topic.
Love that. It was beautiful.
Oh my
So
God, that was
before
so
we
terrible.
talk about hot topics, your birthday's coming up.
It is. If you guys are nice, wish me a happy birthday.
Yes, I'm excited. Oh, we'll have to do like a fun little short or something on your birthday at ICE.
I mean, not to brag, but like the finale party is basically my birthday party because the last day of ice is my birthday.
Right, so you're going to be 26.
Yes.
Wow.
Nothing crazy, nothing big. Just
Yeah,
another one. Just closer to 30 than I am 20.
it's
That's
another
all
year
that.
around the sun.
Yeah, insurance, all that fun stuff. 26, I feel like is so, the only thing that's significant about 26 is just one step closer to 30.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I like 30 more than in my 20s. I don't really freaking know. I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. So,
Yeah, then every year's different. Every year I'm like, I can't wait to like get out of like this age range. And then I'm like, oh, but like this is such a fun age range. It's like it goes back and forth.
I know. Who knows?
Depends on the day.
I know. Well, okay. Let's start with our hot topic, which
Hot topic. To like get out of like this age range. And then I'm like, oh, but like this is such a fun age range. It's like it goes back and forth.
I know. Who knows?
Depends on the day.
I know. Well, okay. let's start with our hot topic, which we had mentioned it a little bit earlier. It's going to be on burnout. This is an article from Forbes that I found, and it's burnout. Take these 8 steps before you hit the wall in 2024, which I'm hitting a wall.
I'm banging my head against a wall. I'm not just hitting it, I'm literally bouncing off of it.
Yeah, running full force into that freaking wall. So we need to bounce back a little bit. So I was talking to Kristen yesterday and I was like, what? I was like, honestly, I already know the topic. Like, I'm just burned the heck out. So can we talk about that? And she's like, yes.
Absolutely. I'm like, I think everyone's like, I haven't spoken to one person that hasn't said this year has felt so long. And it's because January quite literally was the longest month of my life.
I know. I feel like everybody has said that, honestly. I don't know why. It's because I feel like it's winter, the fun of Christmas and all the holidays is over, and you're like, God, January, and you have to get back into it. So everybody's just trying to catch their groove. I feel like by mid to end February, we're like caught up and ready to get this year going, but it takes us a little bit.
And a lot of people, I feel like in January are like starting like new goals and resolutions. So like they're eating healthy, they're going to the gym. Some people were doing dry January, so that just makes you angry already. So it was like it's like the worst month for you to be sober because everyone at the end of the day could use a drink. So it's like one of those months that when it's done, everyone's like, oh, hallelujah.
I feel that. I did I attempted dry January. I actually drank twice in January, but I kept trying. Honestly, I think like a lot of those days, like I didn't drink. So I feel like that is an improvement.
Look, I'll never be a dry January person. I just, first of all, I had a bachelorette trip in January. Impossible to be sober. And also just like I don't drink to the point where like I need to prove to myself that
Right.
if you're doing it, power to you. Good for you. So proud of you. Like so proud. I just know I could probably not, you know, I could accomplish it if I needed to.
Yeah.
But I don't feel the need to, so I'm gonna
Mm,
keep a tequila soda in my hand and just keep moving and grooving.
to each his own.
You know,
Well,
power to you.
exactly. So when I was reading the beginning of this article, it had some like stats. So it said in 2022, globally, there was 43% of employees reporting burnout. And then in 2023, it went to a staggering 62%. So God help us for 2024. But I mean, let's try not to go down that route, like let's take some like steps on figuring out how we can do that better. I'm saying this, but when I was going through these steps, I'm not even joking, I was like, I'm this one, I need to do this more. Like it's like I suck. Like I'm the reason why I'm burning out. Like I need to get my stuff together.
Yeah, when I read that stat, Megan, I literally was like taking notes just for this, and I put that is wild. 62%? That's wild. Like that many people, but like I believe it. And I even like made a note as like coming from like a young professional. I feel like a big part of burnout is in like our age range too, just because of like there's so many reasonings, but tell me if you agree with this. I feel like coming in as a young person these days, we're supposed to have much more experience under our belt, like than probably what it used to be. Like, and then technology too, like we're supposed to be able to adapt. Like, we're the young generation. We're supposed to know like all the new technology and how to work this, and you should know how to do this. And like, why didn't, college or training or even if you didn't, like you should be up to date on all these things because you're the young new generation. And it's like I'm trying to learn just as quickly as you are. So it's like I feel like I'm getting burnout just trying to like keep up with the societal or the like industry thinks a young professional level they should be at.
Right. I agree with you, which is honestly crap. Like
That sucks.
we're all just trying to do our best, honestly. Actually, I like saw a meme yesterday and it was like, I'm just trying to do my best, which is honestly laughable.
Have you seen the one that's like, sorry guys, gotta go, my bus is here, and it says struggle bus? I'm like, that's me.
Yeah, so we're just honestly trying to do our best. And sorry, there's a train going by. So if you guys hear that, apologies ahead of time. Can you hear it? Oh, okay. Anyways,
No.
So if you guys need just a little quick definition of what burnout is, apparently the World Health Organization, who they have classified burnout as it's a medical condition now. So basically,
Is it really?
yeah, it says if you have feelings of energy depletion, exhaustion, and fatigue, increased mental distance from your job, along with feelings of negativism
You got it. You got it.
or cynicism related to your job, and reduced professional efficiency.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we all have that in some way or format, I feel like right now. So this
Agreed.
article says that burnout prevention is not a quick fix, but it gives you some steps on being able to do this. So first, which this one I thought was funny, and I swear if our bosses hear this, they're gonna be like, I don't think we should do that. But
I thought the same thing. I laughed so hard when I read it. I literally laughed out loud when I read it.
not sure if I don't really know about this. Like I said, there's a lot of these that I feel like this is why I'm burnt out because I don't take any of these into consideration. But one is create bare minimum Mondays. So it wants us it says this form of self-care helps workers ease into the work week without major deadlines, meetings, and sifting through inboxes. Give yourself a break and start your work off slowly to set the tone for the remainder of the day and week. Who on a Monday is here like, I'm gonna give myself a break. We're gonna chill and relax. No, you're
No.
crazy.
I read that as like, don't like if you have like which like I feel like we're a little bit differently. So maybe this is more for like marketing or just or like
If you're in
I
the
like
health world listening to this, you're laughing at us right now. You're
laugh.
probably like, no
Yeah.
freaking way. There's no way we can ever even take a bare minimum anything because we got to save these people's lives.
We're out here saving lives. But like my viewpoint on that is like don't make like a super big like deadline or like really big meeting or something maybe on a Monday morning because like you're just going to be focusing on it all weekend maybe and like Monday might not be like when you're in the clear. I read it as like
I don't know.
Mondays or maybe that's even like maybe it's bare minimum Mondays. No, maybe more like set yourself up for success Mondays. Like use Monday to really like instead of having a really big 2-hour meeting that's going to take up your day to where you're unprepared the rest of the week, use Monday to like get yourself in a good groove and like get going. If that makes
Right.
sense.
I mean, I guess I don't freaking know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how you can get around this one a lot of the times because people, say like Friday. A lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people, but like a lot of higher ups, I feel like, and people maybe are working half days on Friday, so they're trying to get caught up from Friday and Monday. I don't. Let's go to the next one. I'm not really sure.
Yes.
Okay, the second one is take micro steps and micro breaks. So like doing like 5 to 10 minutes where you just like step away from your computer or like, maybe go get a snack or like just like take 5 minutes to just be like by yourself, no phone, no laptop, no nothing, and just like take a second. And I 100% agree with this. Like we'll take 5-minute walks all the time. I know we've talked about this before that it just like is helpful just to get away from your computer for a second, just to give your eyes a break. But I think this is helpful too. Like even I feel like especially probably in like hospital settings or healthcare facility settings, I feel like they are just like go, 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 go the minute they get there. And it probably is just like, wow, I didn't even, I don't know, take a drink of water or anything in the past 4 hours.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like we've talked about this a lot, like taking a little bit of a break, walking around. Like we even have talked about like sometimes we like to work out at lunch, which is a little bit more of a micro break because that's like 30 minutes, but still just like getting away and doing something that helps your mental health that like and even like just brings you a little bit of joy. Like you said, like go grab a snack, go walk around, go talk to your favorite coworker for 5 minutes and ask them like if they have any fun plans. Just like something that takes your mind off of like exactly what you're doing in that moment. That's work, especially if it's like something stressful.
Right. All right. So that one, yes. The next one is practice mindfulness. So I feel like they want us to stay more present during the day. And I feel like that is something I need to work on in professional, personal, everything. I feel like we're always like, what's the next thing? Like, how is this going to affect this situation? And we're like trying to get it all done for like future things, but we're not just like focusing on the task at hand. Like our mind is going like a million miles a minute.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think mindfulness is just one of those things like I feel like we have to constantly remind ourselves to be mindful, which is like it's just a good check-in. It's one of those things that's like you can so easily forget to do it. And then once you do it, it's like, wow, I'm really glad I took the time to like take a breather, look at like what's actually really important right now and like move forward in a better way than what I was just doing.
Right. The next one is avoid procrastination. So I have been hearing lately a lot of people say the whole 3, 2, 1 rule. So it's like, okay, my alarm goes off and I'm like, oh, I like want to just hit snooze. Like instead, just be like 3, 2, 1, and then like get up and do it. Like I
I
feel
haven't
like
heard that. I love that.
okay, so that's like with the task you could do it. It could be like whatever, like oh, I need to go work out or I need to go do this new task at work or whatever the case is. I feel like that's a great rule, and I've been hearing that, and I've been trying to implement that.
No, I actually love that so much. Like we were even saying this morning in our office, like when our alarms went off this morning, we were all like, oh, like I wanted to hit snooze so bad, but I like the three, like, all right, 3, 2, 1, I'm about to just do it. It almost
Yeah,
like forces you. I love that. So
yeah.
fun.
So I love that. The next one is set boundaries. So like that's saying like you know, you don't always have to say yes to everything at work. Like maybe that's part of our problem. I feel like we just take too much on. Like we think we're these superhero beings, and like you're probably like, oh yeah, of course I can go. If you're in healthcare, I can go fix that machine. Oh, I'm on that next appointment. Oh, I'm on that, or whatever the case is. And like we just need to settle down.
Yeah, I wrote a little note on that, but this is what I feel like we've been talking about since we started this, is that we've been working on is like, okay, like we already do so much. It's okay sometimes to be like, I have a lot on my plate right now. Is there anyone else that could maybe like almost like delegating task in a way, especially like if you're in like a leadership role or like a position of power where like you sometimes it's like, oh, it's just easier for me to like do it than try to explain someone how to do it or do these things. Like this is where you can be like, okay, no, like this also gives someone an opportunity to maybe add to their like resume and work on things that they've never worked on before.
Right. Agreed. And then the next one is flip self judgment. And so it says when you're overwhelmed and beat yourself up with self judgment, it adds to insult to injury. So it's basically like you're like, like I did all of this today, but I didn't get to all of these things too. And like, okay, but like we don't give ourselves credit for the positive things. And I'm really bad at that. Like, I'm honestly like, I hate like the whole like, oh yay, you did this task, so you did your job. Like, okay, well, yeah, duh, like it's my job, I should be doing that. But like I think just personally to ourselves, be like, no, chill out, you did all of these things. It wasn't like you were a slacker, but you're one human.
I wrote down like I've literally never thought about this. Like being a part of burnout is flipping the self-judgment because it can be such a subconscious thing. Like you sometimes don't even hear yourself. Like uh it's so funny, like when we're like all in the office together, like sometimes I say things out loud without even like thinking about it. And I'll be doing something, I'm like, God, I'm so stupid. Or like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And Sydney will always be like, don't talk about my friend like that. Like that's how she like says it. She's like, don't talk about my friend like that when I'm talking to myself. And it's just like a funny, like quick reminder of like, you're right, like I shouldn't be so hard on myself for something so small. It's like so subconscious. I don't even hear myself like giving myself a hard time. So being like aware of that, I think is like a good way to avoid burnout.
Yeah. No, it's not like we're like out here killing people. Like, oh, I shouldn't have killed that person today.
Or
we just
are we?
we might have forgot something, like why are we shaming ourselves so much?
Oh yeah, I'll like say that when I like forget to like attach a document that I was like attached to this. I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Like, why didn't I like send another email? My bad. Here it is. Like,
It's
it's
like
not that bad. Like,
5 million
sue, yeah,
emails.
sue me. Like, literally.
Oh, okay. We have two more. This one was create. A to B list. So one of the biggest mistakes sufferers of burnout make is to try pushing through burnout, and that can exacerbate the problem. So like it says, the best medicine is to practice being instead of doing. So like if we're just relaxing, like flip it and be like, oh, I'm not, it's like, normally I'd be like, oh, I'm not doing anything, I'm being so lazy today. No, like maybe I'm just trying to recharge for the week or whatever the case is. I feel like I'm the worst at beating myself up when I'm just like sitting,
Yeah. I like to be, just because it's also like I feel like, are the kind of people that we like having something to look forward to in a way. So it's like even writing down like, okay, right now I might not be doing exactly what I want to be doing, in the sense of like taking a break. Like it's so hard for us to even like give ourselves that. It's like, well, this, like you said, this is letting me recharge for, I know I have like a really big busy week. So letting my like, I will soon be super productive and like doing these things.
Right. Just giving yourself a freaking second. Like I feel like we just need to give ourselves a minute.
Uh, Give me a minute, please. Love it.
All right. And then the last one is seek support. So of course, like if that's a workout friend, so because you go to a workout and you're like, oh, like I needed like I have friends there, or it's like work friends, like I feel like we're all so close here. Like I feel like we could talk to each other and we're so supportive of each other and anything we need to do, or like your normal outside friends, or whatever the case is. I feel like if just to have somebody that you can just like bounce things off of, or whatever the case is, and like make you not feel crazy sometimes,
I feel like this is also something we talk about a lot, is like a support system, whether that's a mentor, a colleague, a friend outside of work, a parent, a loved one, anything. Like having a support system is so huge, especially when you're feeling these things, because like they can give like even an outside perspective of like, oh, I've been having those feelings too in my job. Like you're not alone. And like you said, even just like relate to you, especially if it's like coming from a mentor, like, oh, I remember feeling that way at your age or your phase of your career. That's even like a super helpful thing to hear.
Right. Well, I think we've talked enough about burnout, but I know all of us are feeling it. So hopefully these are some helpful ways to maybe just think and readjust your mindset.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a little check in with yourself, and especially hearing it from other people. Like people, we like to say we're your friends, but you know what I mean? Having people that you don't speak to every day that tell you the same thing over again. It's nice to have like someone else tell you. Like my mom always used to say, like when she said it, I wouldn't listen. If someone else said it, then I would be like, oh wow, that's so true. So
Right.
let us be that person that you're like, that's so true.
I love that. Well, I have not much else. I'm just going to give you guys that link to where you can go ahead and apply if you're interested or nominating somebody for 40 under 40. And that is going to be onetechnation.com/2024 40 under 40 /. That was a lot to say, so we will make sure to have that in the comments so you can just click that link. But um, definitely go apply and we can recognize you there and all your hard work from all your burnout.
Megan, I swear I thought you were about to say, and lastly, I'm gonna link that Punxsutawney Phil video for you guys all to see. Like I thought that's what you were about to say. And then when you said 40 under 40, I was like, oh wait, yeah, that's more important than the Punxsutawney Phil video.
That's getting linked too. I'm sharing that sucker with you as soon as we get off this video because it's so funny. And honestly, some of my friends did not even think it was funny, but I'm not going to get on a whole hamster wheel.
We'll let Punxsutawney Phil do the talking.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully we see some of you all at ICE. We'll have a recap of that. Like I said, make sure you stay tuned for details on our party at MD Expo for YP at MD. So that will be super fun.
We need
And
merch for that.
oh, we do.
At least like a sweatshirt, something. Sorry, just
Really,
saying. Side note.
really. We'll
Comment
work.
if you want some merch, because then we can show our boss and be like, people want merch. So
Yes. And we need more comments than just like Teague and Edward and Bjork.
yeah, we've actually, the amount of people.
Our fans though, because you guys keep us going.
Yeah, you keep us going. Like honestly, I'm so surprised with how many people. I mean, obviously our diehard fans, we love you, ride or dies. But there's been so many people recently that like will email Megan and I and be like, oh, like love your podcast, listen to it. I'm like, really? Like, you? That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not just the YPs either. So this is a podcast for all.
For all, I'm glad that we can inspire every generation.
Exactly. Well, guys, Kennedy's gonna kill us if we don't go ahead and cut this out. So happy Valentine's Day. See y'all at ICE. See you next time. Bye.